Let's get ready to rumble!
Boots to asses. Right now, Cena's lady parts trending worldwide.
Welcome to another installment of Outside the Ring.
What the hell is a Funkasaurus?
I have no effing idea.
Lord.
Good Lord.
Ridiculous.
Oh, we're going to get to that fat man.
Oh, man.
Oh, Brodus Clay. Well, like I said, we're going to get to it. Hold in the rage, Troy Austin. it's 19 seconds into the show. We don't want to hit a beat button yet.
You better get that button ready for later.
It's going to be one of those shows.
Ridiculous.
I am the one and only. I did not really at all like Raw. Jason! Baby! Yeah, baby! I told you I was going to do it. Murphy, alongside the one and only, the guy that drank a lot of beer, did not like Brodus Clay, and cried just like Chris Jericho.
I didn't cry.
Just playing. Troy! Stone Cold.
Sorry, I just finished one.
And we do have news to report.
Yes.
Our funk man. He is taking a leave of absence. Yes. He is busy outside the ring. No pun intended.
Indefinite leave of absence. So as of right now,
it's a two-man show.
Outside the ring is a two-man show until further notice.
Mm-hmm.
So
I talked to him earlier. We were not expecting it. He is going to listen to all our shows. He's also going to call in a couple times, and he's going to actually. That's what he said. And he said he's also going to try to get here when he can and do like special shows with us.
Yeah.
So maybe like WrestleMania.
He might try to do like the Big Four with us because we got Rumble coming up in next week.
2 weeks.
Next week.
Is it even? It's like the 28th. God, that is like in a week.
That's like in a week.
Oh my God.
We need to make sure we get a table at B-Dubs.
Yeah, what the hell's going on with that? But so we wish Funk Man all the best in his future endeavors.
Please pardon? I'd like to wish you the best in your future endeavors, and hopefully we can work together again in the future.
There you go.
Good luck.
There you go. So we'll see what happens.
God,
hopefully he'll be okay.
God, I hate Laurinaitis.
I know. But he was not taping. He
finished taping
Thunder in Paradise. No,
Trouble in Paradise. Where have I heard that? Oh, Trouble in Paradise. Kofi Kingston.
Kofi. Oh boy. So we'll see.
Kofi Johnson is
Kofi Johnson
to Ozzy.
But so it is a two-man show. Not everything else has changed. In fact, we still have our Twitter page. It's Outside the Ring with number 1.
Nice segue.
Like that. And also, our Facebook is the same. Outside the Ring. And our email, Troy.
Outside the Ring 316 at gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
Who uses Hotmail?
Who does?
Oh, wait, I have a Hotmail.
Oh, you do, apparently. And
I think I'm like the only one.
And we do got questions for us. We're going to do a new segment at the end of the show.
Viewer mail or listener mail, basically.
Listener mail. We'll figure out a catchy little name some other time.
We picked the best 2 of all the ones that we got this week because we did get a decent amount. But
and there was 2 really good questions we thought.
Yeah.
And we kind of voted and we sat down before the show and
actually the one email actually has a couple questions in it, so we got a little bit 3 questions.
So we'll do the of course Raw results. We'll do the questions, but before we get to all of that, it is time for Headline. Hey! And this week, go figure, I actually did some big time ups. Congrats to myself. We have more than 2 stories this week. We have like 5. Which is pretty big, because last week I think we had like literally 2.
Some stuff actually happened this week.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. We start with your favorite division, the Divas. After an article appeared on WWE's website last week about the old women's tag team titles, there was initially talk creatively backstage that there was going to be a Divas tag team division and a Divas tag team title run. So we'll see what happens with that. And they also said, by the way, the Bellas would be the 2 that would be given the titles.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. That's where creative was actually going to go with it because they are being given, of course, more time on TV lately.
They shouldn't be. They're only being held on to because Karma has to come back and kick their asses.
That's about it. But of course, now this was talked about, but the idea was shut down. They are not going to do this as of right now.
They barely have enough divas to have an actual singles division, let alone a tag team division.
That would suck.
Same with TNA.
Right, TNA
they
has
have barely any knockouts. They have knockouts tag titles.
I don't understand.
Which are being held by Gail Kim and Madison Rayne.
Right, I don't understand why you need diva tag team belts.
You
hardly have divas.
You don't need them.
No,
period.
Because you know and I know the ones that would be feuding with the Bellas would be Kelly and
Eve, or Beth and Natty, who would probably get
There's
buried.
your 3 teams. Yeah, those guys can't work. Kelly and Eve are so much better.
Kelly and Eve are so much better. I will punch you in the soul.
Wow, take that. Breakdown for the January 2nd Raw. Of course, that's where Jericho came back. Raw that night did a 3.11 rating with a 4.43 million viewers.
I'll take that.
Basically the highest rated segment of the night was the first quarter with Cena and Kane, believe it or not, which did a 3.36. And I'm thinking that first quarter
Daniel Bryan versus Cody Rhodes lost 332,000 viewers.
Yeah. Well, this is what I'm thinking. I think everybody...
Wow.
Here's why. Everybody tuned in to think that Jericho or Undertaker
was going to be first.
And then when they actually saw the Cena Kane, they stuck around because it was a promo. And then after they saw the match, some people just honestly don't like wrestling and they like to just see the segments. And when they saw, Daniel Bryan, Cody Rhodes come out, they flipped it.
Even though that was a pretty damn good match.
Now this is weird. Wade Barrett versus Santino Marella and Sheamus versus The Miz, the Brawl, gained 240,000 viewers. How is that?
Who knows?
That don't make
Santino and... How does Santino bring in any friggin' viewers?
And the return of Jericho shockingly lost 82,000 viewers. So, while the wrestling fans, the majority of the fans loved it, a lot of people, I think, were turned off that he didn't talk, and I think that's why they flipped it.
Yeah.
So maybe this Jericho new thing that he's doing is not going to work out because it's looking like viewership is going down. But I think it's mostly the product stinks. I mean, Raw Monday was hard to sit through, man.
Yeah.
It was almost unwatchable at most times during Monday. But we'll get to that in a second. Latest on Shaq and WrestleMania 28, plus Brock Lesnar returning, apparently.
We gotta get the Shaq.
Shaq did
his new endorsement for Rising Up.
Coming to WrestleMania. Word is that basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal is either very close to signing or has already signed a deal for WrestleMania 28. Now, that could be interesting. WWE Creative has been told to come up with ideas for him. I'm almost thinking it's going to be something with Big Show. It's got to be, right?
It probably will be because they hinted at it so strongly when he was the guest host.
Yeah, and I think they can always go back to that. I don't know who else you would pair Shaq with. It can't be any worse than Snooki. I mean, you would think Shaq is a very entertaining guy.
Yeah.
I think this would be... honest to God,
I wasn't impressed with the handspring.
Yeah, but I think I will say that Shaq is good. He is a wrestling fan. I don't know if Snooki really is. Shaq goes to all the shows.
Snooki was doing it for the money.
Right, and Shaq's going to really put his time into this.
If you think any different, you need to be smacked.
Mm-hmm. I think Shaq is really going to put his time into this. So I mean, who knows? But I think good money right now is on Big Show. Something with Shaq and Big Show, and then Brock Lesnar. He got knocked the F out like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
or 2 weeks ago.
And then he retired.
And then he retired. So now, right when he retired, the question everybody wants to know, is he coming back to WWE? And Brock Lesnar, according to reports, nobody has been told to come up with anything for him. And when one person asked Vince McMahon if that Lesnar was coming back, would Paul Heyman be a part of the package? Vince said Heyman would not. The feeling is that if any talks are happening between WWE and Lesnar, it would be kept very quiet and creative would be kept out of the loop until the time is right.
Good.
I almost think they're planning Lesnar Undertaker.
Almost. That's what I'm thinking. And I mean, the steps they're taking here, well, the steps they would be taking if anything was in the talks, I like it. Keep creative. Keep everybody out of the loop that doesn't need to know. Because honestly, since the creation of the internet, being a wrestling fan
It's very
has
tough.
taken a downturn.
It has.
Because you got so many spoilers and all this stuff.
Think about like when Hogan joined the NWO. There was AOL was just becoming.
Yeah.
There was no wrestling website.
There was no SmackDown spoilers.
You never knew a guy was turning heel, much less Hulk Hogan. You had no idea.
Back in the day when things were legitimate surprises, instead of just sitting there and be like, oh, I knew it was coming, I read it online.
Yeah. I mean, SmackDown spoilers, I don't even watch SmackDown most of the time, so I read the spoilers.
Yeah, I read the spoilers
But that's the thing.
Because we're both working on Friday.
And I don't even want to watch SmackDown after I read the spoilers because it's like, oh my God, this show sucks.
I know they posted on YouTube. I'll watch a couple clips from it, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's hard. And like you said, if you know something's going to happen, and even, like the whole Jericho thing, I mean, we all guessed. And that was pretty good. That was in the dark.
For sure it was going to be Jericho. We were thinking it'd be Undertaker. Some people thought it was Brodus Clay.
But
get to that tub of lard later.
With the internet, we found out that the notebook had Chris marked out on it.
Yeah.
I would have never knew that without the internet.
Did you see that WWE actually came out and showed it? What they need to do, they need to stop crap like that. Don't put any signs.
Totally in the dark.
Exactly. Keep people completely in the dark on these returns.
Now, we are going to get to the Hall of Fame because it was one of the questions about the WWE Hall of Fame. We'll get to it at the end of the show, but I am happy about this. The 4 Horsemen are going in the Hall this year.
There you go.
Regarding Ric Flair. Now, this is the first thing I had. Woo! How are we going to get Nature Boy
How are we going to get Nate
away from TNA?
Is Ole Anderson still alive?
They have beef. Ole and Rick hate each other now. And
so
I
Ole's
think
probably not going to be there.
Exactly. And I'm pretty sure Arn and Ole don't talk. Ole is still alive.
Okay.
But when he was booking WCW, there was all kinds of beef between Flair because he just came back. And Ole said, pretty much, it was on one of the Ric Flair DVDs.
Yeah.
Who are you? And Flair took exception to that.
So basically, they're going to be inducting the Horsemen, but it's only going to be Arn Anderson, Ric Flair, and
Tully Blanchard.
Yeah.
And Barry Windham.
Barry Windham and Tully Blanchard, because Blanchard was their manager, basically.
Right. It would be the first time WWE has ever inducted someone contracted to a rival promotion. This is interesting, in the Hall of Fame.
But honestly, they're not really inducting him, they're inducting the group.
But Flair would be there, and he's a member of another organization.
But he was at the Hall of Fame induction when Shawn
but they never showed him.
Bull.
You saw him?
On YouTube, they did an entire couple videos where they basically followed Flair around.
Really?
They showed him congratulating Shawn. They talked to him in personal interviews.
Oh, my. According to Dave Meltzer...
Yeah, so if from what that... And right there, that tells me that if Flair wanted to leave TNA and come back to WWE, they would welcome him with open arms.
Well, Dave Meltzer said sources indicated that Triple H himself called Rick on January the 9th before Raw aired. So that was this past Monday.
Yeah.
And informed him that the Horsemen were going in. Flair was at the TNA tapings in Orlando when Triple H calls him. Hey, brother, Hogan. Hey, brother, who's on the phone? Nobody. Who's that?
Got a proposition for you, Nature.
It appears
we're gonna put you in the Horsemen in the Hall of Fame. What do you think about that?
It appears key people at TNA were not aware of the induction until it aired on Raw. Imagine that. As of January 10th.
Can you imagine the look on Dixie Carter's face?
What the hell? Like she knows what the Horseman is.
She wouldn't care. Yeah, she
hardly knows her wrestling. As of January 10th, no officials in TNA had spoken to Flair about it. Ric Flair and Vince do talk. So the idea of the inducting the Horsemen was likely brought up in the past. It's been discussed ever since WWE made amends with J.J. Dillon and Arn Anderson. Alone, of course, was expected for the Hall of Fame last year. Ric Flair, WWE wants Flair to be there and likely wants him to be involved in the network. Of course, WWE Network, which involves it.
And they should be.
Yeah.
He should be.
Ric Flair needs to be there. If you're going to induct the Horseman and Flair's not there, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Ric Flair is the man.
If all you've got, and with that, you'd be left with Arn Anderson,
Tully,
and
Barry,
That's
and
it.
J.J. Dillon, the manager.
Yeah.
But Come on. They would be chanting, because fans go to those shows.
We want Flair. We want Flair.
Yeah, it'd be a mess up. According to Dave Meltzer, also, after discussing, now this is, we're talking about who's going to win the Rumble.
Yeah, and
Randy Orton was number one.
That's another, we'll get to that later on again.
We will talk about that's one of the questions.
Yeah.
Randy Orton, of course, being discussed, but he is hurt. Randy's hurt right now. Don't know if he's going to be back. WWE Creative talked about having someone else win it this week. Jericho is now in the running to win the Rumble. He's never won the Rumble, and likely going to, of course, be challenging CM Punk for the title at WrestleMania 28.
I would like that.
I wouldn't mind seeing Jericho win, because he's never won it before.
Exactly.
I either want Jericho to win, or a guy that, like Wade Barrett, where you can get him going. Now, granted, Sheamus maybe.
Yeah, Sheamus has never won the Rumble.
So, one of those guys. Randy would be cool. I mean, he's only won it once, and you could have the shocker. I still think.
What?
Huh.
I just read further into that.
Oh, God.
Matches booked, but not yet announced for the Royal Rumble pay-per-view are John Cena versus Kane.
Boo.
All right. And Big Show versus Daniel Bryan versus Mark Henry for the World Heavyweight title. Why?
Why?
What does Henry have to do with this?
Can't we just put Big Show against Daniel Bryan? I actually like their feud. I mean,
I know that on SmackDown they're going to be doing a no disqualification match because of what happened last week when he got in Mark Henry's face and got himself, it seemed like, intentionally disqualified.
I think they're just trying to give Mark one more last run.
At one point there was talk of doing Cody Rhodes versus Dustin Rhodes.
Now that would be interesting.
No. Goldust has been being a dick online.
Well, there you go.
No, keep him off TV.
Yeah.
I mean, I like him, but if he wants to be a douchebag like that...
Ooh, you calling me a douche? I'm not a douche.
Yes, I am.
The best thing he ever did, two things. The backyard brawl with Roddy Piper, where Roddy Piper beat the hell out of him. That and the stuff he did with Booker T. That's
I'll give you a slip of my Slurpee if you give me a bite of your... wiener.
That's all I gotta tell you. Anything else? Let me see.
I think that's it.
That is all your headlines, folks. Woo! For this week. So a little bit more than usual.
A little bit more than usual. A little bit longer segment than usual, but hey, Raw sucked, so there's not much to get to.
We got to talk about it.
We had to pad the show somehow.
Yeah. So I was really looking forward to this Raw. I really thought
I was looking forward to Jericho, and that turned out to be a disappointment.
Okay, maybe I said that wrong. I was really looking forward to Jericho. Monday Night Jericho. Because I knew what I was getting with Cena and Kane. Same old boring crap.
Yep.
They're taking this thing with Kane is so stupid.
They're taking this Daniel Bryan Big Show thing in a direction I didn't see coming. They're turning Daniel Bryan into that cowardly heel.
They are turning Daniel Bryan heel. Now, did Michael Cole, was he riding Daniel Bryan like he normally does? Did you notice it?
A little bit. He brought up the point that on SmackDown, it looked like he got himself intentionally disqualified to keep the title.
But if you notice, it wasn't as much. So, to your point, they might be turning him heel in the near future because they were talking about Big Show, but they've been there and done that.
And I can see it happening now. They turn Daniel Bryan heel, and Cole is going to effing love him.
Yep.
Because that's just how Michael Cole is.
I don't mind. Here's the thing with Daniel Bryan. If you had him as a face, right now, he's... Maybe if they let him talk more, he can get over as a face, but he never has the microphone.
People say, he can't cut a promo. Yes, he can.
He never has the mic.
Now,
that's the
problem. I will say this. He works good as a heel, because I've seen his Ring of Honor and his indie stuff when he was a heel. He can cut a damn good heel promo, but they won't give him the mic.
And that's the thing. They did something, spoiler alert. Well, you'll probably watch this before. You'll probably listen to this before SmackDown. They did something with, of course, the match you were talking about with him and Big Show. Yeah. Daniel Bryan's not losing the belt, put it that way. But AJ comes out with Daniel Bryan and then ends up on a stretcher at the end of the show. Somehow, I don't know what they're putting AJ into this thing for. But apparently, I don't know. I didn't read
that to AJ.
I didn't read. I hope Big Show didn't hit her with those damn
ham hog hands.
Ham hog hands. But something happened, and then she was laid out. So I don't know what they're doing with her. If they're going to turn her heel too,
they might be trying to have her be like the voice of reason to try to not let Daniel Bryan turn heel.
Maybe. That could be.
Know.
I don't know if Daniel Bryan accidentally knocked her off the apron. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You'll find out Friday, obviously, if you watch SmackDown. But they are including her. The Kane Cena thing sucks.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Well, I can't say it sucks.
Oh, put it this way.
I love seeing Cena get the crap beat out of him.
Yes, but
and what Kane is saying is so true.
They want this is we've talked about it before. Here we go again. This is what we hope is the start of the Cena heel turn. Yeah. Because Kane is making it apparent that he's trying to get the hate out of John Cena.
Yeah, he's trying to make the hate come to the surface.
Right. Like it's Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. Hey, John. Hey, John, you need to turn to the dark side. You need to come with me, son.
You need to turn to the dark side of the moon.
I won't turn. I'll never give up. Hustle, loyalty, respect.
That's not possible.
Right. And then now they're putting Zack Ryder into this. Zack Ryder, he got messed up. He got choke slammed off the
It was such a stupid segment.
It was a dumb segment.
Chase him out to his car.
Right.
It's got a flat tire, so he spends the time to change the tire.
Instead of going to another rental car.
Instead of either going to another rental car or just running.
How many times did you ever see like a wrestler just run in the parking lot? Like Triple H used to do it when he was a bad guy all the time. And just get in a random car.
Yeah.
Throw some schmuck out of their car. You got Kane chasing you.
He GTA'd that man.
Right. Just get the hell out of there. Eve's like, oh my God.
I'm kind of upset nothing happened to Eve.
I thought maybe she would have got kidnapped.
It might make me sound like an ass, but
you think maybe
there's something to happen.
I thought maybe she'd get kidnapped,
or at least get the crap scared out.
Or
of her.
like when they were panning on Zach changing the tire, and they kept panning back to Eve. I thought maybe Kane gone. That or Kane was in the driver's seat all of a sudden.
Yeah,
and the car just somehow
buckle up, Eve.
Yeah, like Undertaker.
Away.
Where to, Stephanie?
Damn! The one with Teddy Long, buckle up, Teddy. Look on his face, he's like, oh, Lordy, no.
Hey, player, where we going? We ain't going to McDonald's again, player, are we?
Player, let's swing by KFC.
I'm a Popeye player. We love Popeyes and KFC. Shout out to both.
But ironically, we don't have a KFC in town here.
No, we don't. We need to get one.
Anyways, whatever.
No, but yeah. The Kane, we were talking about it. Honestly, they're putting John in these situations where they're hopefully not going to get him hurt till Mania, and they're just kind of bored until Rock gets back.
Yep.
Because obviously, if Rock was there, he'd be doing a segment of the whole show with Cena. But with Rock busy doing his movies, it's hard to get John the build-up to his match, his big match. So you have to put him with somebody. We've seen Cena with Miz. We've seen Cena with... honestly, Cena and Ziggler didn't have a horrible match on Monday. That's another thing. What do you think, Ziggler? Do you think he can win the belt at Rumble?
No, not at Rumble.
I don't think so.
I said it on our New Year's show, and I'll say it again. He will hold the WWE or World Heavyweight, he will hold one of the world titles this year.
I'm starting to believe what you said a few shows ago. It's actually probably 3 shows ago now, something like that. Vicky and Jack Swagger are holding him back.
Yeah.
His character has evolved where theirs has been the same, and I think that is going to be his one little downfall until he gets rid of them.
Yep.
Then he will be a true big-time superstar.
Exactly.
I mean, now granted, because I could say the same thing when Triple H was getting bigger, and this was after China, and Stephanie was involved with him so much. I honestly like Triple H when he was by himself and he had maybe Evolution with him, stuff like that.
Yep.
Maybe if they had Ziggler be the leader of a group, because that group with Vicky and Jack, it sucks.
It's stupid, and Vicky is technically the leader of
because Stephanie held Triple H back, in my opinion.
Yeah.
During those years with the Helmsley, and I understood
the McMahon Helmsley era.
I understood it. They were booed. Everybody hates the McMahon, so that's why they put Triple H, the number one heel, with the boss.
Yep.
But
that's why they put him in the corporate ministry too, or just the corporation.
Yeah, but I think that held Triple H back because then when Triple H did the whole thing with the car running over Stone Cold, he was by himself pretty much. There was no McMahon-Helmsley era, and Triple H shined even more. Same thing with Ziggler. If you want him to be this mega heel, either have him be the group leader with the belt, this maybe him and maybe Cody, someone build, guys that are coming of age, that, or let him be by himself, totally by himself. Because the Vicky thing is just, it's old, it's stale. It's like a bag of chips you don't want no more.
It's stagnant.
Yeah, it's the same crap.
Yeah.
Where else did we go with Raw? CM Punk and
who did
CM Punk against Jack Swagger.
Oh yeah.
CM Punk at the end of the match, if you noticed, he hits the Macho Man. Oh yeah, elbow drop.
I think that was a blown spot.
Yeah, because I don't think the match was supposed to end there.
I don't think it was either.
The ref hits 3.
Swagger got his arm up. They even went back and looked at it in slow motion.
You think that
Swagger got his arm up?
Yeah, and we talked about it.
I think they're going to try to turn that into like a worked shoot.
Like maybe next week.
Yeah.
Because they showed it, and it was obvious. It was obvious that Swagger got his arm up.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even close. It was a ref. What was the ref drinking? Some Jack Daniels before the match or what? I'm sure Vince was probably running for his damn life.
He was probably partying with Scott Hall.
Hey, I dare you to cheat on this shit. Do whatever you do.
Come on, Chico.
Hey, Chico, just drop that 3 count, man. Drop that 3 count. You drop that 3 count, and you get the hell out of there.
You know what I'm saying? He was probably doing that. And God, can you imagine when he got to the backstage area and Vince was livid? Now, we think it is. We think this was legit, and it was a mess up.
This could be a complete work.
Watch the video I'm sure it's on YouTube. It was... I'm thinking they're too smart not to say something next week about this. Like, Swagger come out. Check 1, 2. Oh, yeah. And he comes out, and he's like, hey, obviously I had my arm up.
Yeah. I want a rematch because I can beat CM Punk or whatever.
Something. And then we'll have another match with those two. I don't like
it.
Swagger.
It wasn't a bad match.
It wasn't bad. But then again, have you noticed CM Punk has not been given the liberty like he used to be on the mic?
Yep.
It's almost like they're cutting his mic time.
No. Last week.
Well, he had
that where he called
backstage.
him.
But it was like, 2 minutes. Where's the CM Punk interviews in the ring with the mic in his hand?
Exactly.
They are not giving. It's like they're not giving up on CM Punk because obviously he's the champ.
Yeah.
But you can almost see when he loses the belt this next time, he might not get it back for a while because they're almost starting to for some reason they're either high, stupid, or they're not straight edge. They seem to me like they're losing faith in the guy. They're not letting him talk.
They're losing faith in him, but from day one they've had the faith in Cena.
Yeah.
Which is bullcrap.
I mean, you give your WWE champion one match, and his only segment on Raw was walking by The Miz in the backstage area.
Yeah.
Didn't say nothing. Smiled and walked. Stupid. You got one of the best talkers, and you're not letting him talk. Same now could be with said
that's
with
like the
Jericho.
Same thing that and with Daniel Bryan. They've got one of the best in-ring workers, and they won't let him do anything.
No. And he's in the first match?
Yeah.
Against another SmackDown guy. It's a super show.
My head hurts. My head hurts, and we still got more to go. We still got to get to the Funkasaurus.
Wait a minute. I forgot. God bless it. Holy shit. Oh, sorry. Oh, God. I'm dropping stuff. I forgot about that segment. God bless it. And I said the S word.
Somebody called his mama.
You want to lead into this? You want to talk about it? We
were kind of obligated to talk about it. It was one of the biggest things that happened last night.
All right. Let's get through this.
God.
So for
Brodus
months,
Clay finally debuted.
For weeks. No, for months.
No.
We have talked on this show, and I think last week we made fun of him. Said he was at the Golden Corral, which probably not far behind.
Golden Corral with Mark Henry.
Right. We did not know. We were thinking, was he going to be the guy on January 2nd? No, thank God he was not. That would be, if he came out the way he did,
I would have stopped.
I would have been done.
This would be a solo show for you right now if he did that.
So we're wondering.
If he came out with that gimmick on the 2nd.
Right.
Like I said, it would be a solo show with you.
And the funny thing was, last week on Raw, they mentioned They didn't mention that he was going to be. They kind of did. They said, we can't wait to see you, John Laurinaitis. We can't wait to see you, Brodus, at your debut. So we were talking. Is it going to be the Rumble? Are they going to have a video package for him? The video package that they showed a long time ago was nothing.
Like 3 or 4 of them. Yeah,
and they were nothing like what we got on Monday night. Troy is taking his glasses off. This is bad.
God.
So the music plays. Somebody call my mama.
Ernest Miller's old theme.
Yes. And here comes...
introduction from Justin Roberts. Ladies and gentlemen, after weeks of anticipation, please help me welcome from Planet Funk, the Funkasaurus, Brodus Clay. The music hits, and he has Ariane and Naomi from... NXT Season 3.
Oh.
Those were his 2 dancers.
I did not notice that till
They came out, started doing a terribly choreographed dance, and out comes Brodus Clay looking like the goddamn Kool-Aid man. Red jumpsuit with a red fedora. He's got funky like James Brown upbeat music playing for him. This is the stupidest thing ever. They did this gimmick with Flash Funk. They did this gimmick with Ernest Miller.
Yeah.
And it was kind of done with Disco Inferno. It's old. It's played out. All this is WWE proving that they are not creative enough to come up with anything original. I'm done.
Yes. Yes. Please, how do you feel? How do you really feel? I thought it was the worst thing I've ever seen on programming since...
It made me sad to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
And you want to know the messed up part about it?
What?
These forums that I go to, people friggin' love it.
Why?
Because they're stupid. They're saying, "Oh, it's original. It's new." No, it's not. And
How
no,
is it
it's
new?
not. It's not new. Like I said, Flash Funk did it.
It was the
Ernest Miller
it was
did it.
basically the fat love child of the Godfather and Flash Funk.
Exactly.
It was
was a mix between the Godfather and Flash Funk. There's nothing new. There's nothing original.
Yep.
This was a waste of time, and it was made worse because we had to wait fucking months.
Yeah. My God.
I'm done. We need to get off this subject, or else we're gonna wear out that beat button.
Oh my God. But seriously, the months and months and months of build-up.
The promo
for that?
The promo packages showed us the mastodon, Brodus Clay.
Yeah.
The hurting machine. The guy that'll come out and just put a hurting on you.
Now he's the hamburger.
And this is what we get when he debuts? Screw that.
Who is in charge of creative?
Stephanie.
It ain't Triple H.
No, it's
he
Stephanie.
couldn't allow that.
Stephanie is legitimately the head of creative.
I thought this was a Vince Russo
The
product.
thing is, Vince had to okay this.
Yeah. Hey, that fat guy.
Maybe
still
he is going senile.
Maybe. Hey, Brodus, we got an idea for you.
Oh my God.
Well, everybody around the office is telling me you're going to wear red tights and you're going to come out with your big fat face bouncing. And you're going to come out.
Man boobs.
Your man boobs.
Moobs.
Sorry. And you're going to come out and you're going to dance really bad.
You're going to come out. We're going to have 2 people. 2 of the girls from NXT be your dancers. And then you're going to squash a vastly more talented person
Kurt
Hawkins.
Oh.
I love the look that he had.
By the way.
After Brodus did all of his theatrics and crap, you just got to look at Kurt Hawkins. And the first thing that ran through my head was Kurt Hawkins is unimpressed.
By the way, this week he also squashes on SmackDown Tyson Kidd. So
somebody who is vastly superior talent-wise, and they're feeding him to the Funkasaurus. Well, guess what, WWE? Go funk yourself with this one.
All right, we got to get off this topic.
Take this gimmick and shove it up your funkin' ass.
This has got to be the worst gimmick since the Repo Man.
Oh my God, Repo Man was infinitely better than this.
How do you build a guy up for 4 months?
That was original. This is not. Like I said,
and you know what?
Ernest Miller,
yeah.
Flash Funk, and to some degree Disco Inferno did this entire gimmick the same way.
Yeah.
It's not original. It's not new. Stop acting like it is. And these people that like it, you're getting on the bandwagon just because it's something stupid.
Here's a thing that really gets
sweating
me.
Now.
Here's the thing that really honestly gets me. We kept thinking, okay, they have to have something really big for him because they keep like, they don't want to do it. They don't want to send him out there
holding
yet.
Him off like, oh, this is going to be huge. And I'm not a Brodus Clay fan, but
he's got a little talent.
Yeah.
I mean, can't you send him out with something?
This legitimately, when I first saw it, I laughed.
It reminded me of Viscera too, when Viscera did the dancing thing with Lillian.
The world's largest love machine.
Yeah,
or whatever.
That's what it reminded me of. So it's not new.
It's not new. It's not original. People need to stop acting like it is. This is terrible. It's WWE proving, like I said, that they cannot come up with their own ideas. They just rehash old crap.
Yep.
And these younger kids, they don't know who Flash Funk is.
Nope.
And they think, oh, it's new.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
But here's the thing, too. This is what were the other gimmicks they had for him? I'd like to be in the
Brodus
room.
Clay?
Yeah, I'd like to be in the room.
I would like to be in that brainstorming session.
You came up with this.
Seriously. There's people that say, oh, yeah, because, you bring him back as the Mastodon, the unstoppable heel that beats everybody. Yeah, because that's original. I'm not saying bring him back like that. But bring him back is something other than this abortion that we had on Monday.
Yeah. And the show just went downhill and downhill.
God.
This Raw was one of the worst Raws ever.
That was the lowest point in Raw. It was the lowest point in Raw this year. I can say that.
Well, yeah, that's easy to say. That's easy. And really the only other thing we can hit on.
So horrible.
Jericho comes out. And
this didn't help either.
No, Jericho is doing the whole, come on, baby! And he's clapping people again. But then, all of a sudden, he cries.
And I even posted on our Facebook. Is he crying? There's no crying in wrestling.
I have gotten arguments with friends because I don't know where to go with this. It's Jericho still being Jericho.
Exactly.
He's working up the audience, but I'm still mad. It's getting to me now.
You're mad that he's not talking.
Yes. But so it's working.
Yep. Like I said, like I told you before we got on the air, I think he's going to come out next week or whenever
and have something
totally
and
come
different.
Out and just say, you see how easy it was to manipulate you people? I can see that you haven't changed a single bit since I left. And my buddy I was watching it with was like, Jericho goes out there, he starts crying. And my buddy's like, damn, Randy, what did that punt do to him?
Blame Randy Orton.
Yeah, blame Randy. Now Jericho's messed up in the head.
Randy, you kicked me. And that Jericho voice, you kicked me in the head, and now I have multiple personalities.
They come out each week with a different personality, a different like emotion. He came out all happy. He'll come out sad. He'll come out depressed.
Somebody told me.
Angry.
Somebody told me what they could do, and that's funny you mentioned that. Somebody told me he could be the first ever wrestler to come out 1 week as a face and the next week as a heel. And do it back and forth every week. He always wants to be different.
He just doesn't know who he wants to be. He has an identity crisis.
Right. But I don't know. And again, I hated the fact that he cried and then he walked off.
Yeah.
But then after again, it was the same thing that happened to me last week.
Yeah.
When he first came back. I was very upset.
You're upset, but then you think about it, and then you're kind of like, okay.
Yep. I was like, it's Jericho.
Yeah.
It's fine. Let's see where they go with it.
He was still trolling the fans.
Yep. Then the next week comes, this past Monday, and I'm like, what the hell, Jericho?
Yeah, what are we doing?
But I knew in my back of my head, I'm like, he's not going to talk.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw him clapping again, I said, dude, even if he picks the mic up, he's not saying nothing.
Did he even pick the mic up?
He did. And then he's like, well, hell, come on, baby. And then we're like, we haven't heard you the first 50 times.
And then he started crying.
And then he left.
Honestly,
I don't know.
I am not mad at this. I'm
still
getting a little
trust
irked.
Jericho.
I'm getting a little irked, but I still trust him. Mm-hmm. I'm still going to be hanging on to this story to see how it pans out. Because, like we've said, I think it's coming down to another Jericho heel turn.
That, and also...
Because, like I said on last week's show...
It's the only reason to watch Raw right now,
like I said on last week's show, when he left, he was a heel. He came back, he's a face all of a sudden. Mm-hmm. He's going to come out and he's going to say, you people are... I've been playing you people. You're nothing but hypocrites.
Yep.
You people hated me when Randy Orton kicked me in the skull and put me out. I come back so many months later, and you love me. You're nothing but hypocrites.
And who knows how long this might go?
Exactly.
He might
go to WrestleMania.
He might not talk until Mania. You don't know. We don't know that. This guy couldn't shut up.
Exactly.
When he was here last time. Now he won't talk. You got to give it to him. He is smart. He knows what he's doing. He's playing with all of our emotions.
Jericho reinvents himself every time he returns.
And I said this to my buddy. He can make even the brightest wrestling fans like you and I
look
totally stupid and clueless.
Exactly.
We don't know what he's going to do.
We're saying all this stuff that we think it might be. It could be something completely different.
He's playing us like a fiddle.
Exactly.
I mean, even the not the dumb wrestling fans, but the fans that are like marks.
No, with the still real to me.
It's still real to me. Damn it. I mean, if you still think Undertaker is really a dead guy, you're an idiot. All right. Look. He makes those people, and there are people like that, he makes them look really foolish.
Yeah.
He's making the smart guys like us and wrestling fans on the internet look really, really stupid. Yeah. Because we're clueless where they go with this.
It's well known that Vince doesn't care for the internet wrestling fan.
No, but Jericho does. And if Jericho can tell Vince, hey, I got an idea.
Jericho lives for the internet community.
Yeah. I mean, this is like I said, this might go on for a while.
Why do you think he trolled us so many times on Twitter saying, I'm in Atlanta. What's there to do?
Yeah, I mean, he knows. And he knew he was coming back for a while. Yeah. He knew he was coming back.
And I knew it for a fact. Honestly, I really kind of knew for a fact that it was Jericho when somebody asked him on Twitter, and he said, that's it, I'm done talking about it. It's not happening. Deal with it. Right there, that was basically, it's going to happen, but you're not supposed to know that, so I'm just going to shut up.
Yep. And he did. And he hasn't talked since.
Exactly.
Again, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know where they're going to go with this. Let's just see. Yep. I mean, next week, if he's not going to talk again, I need to take some medication and relax. I want him to talk, but I know there's a big picture. There's something he's building up to.
I got a dealer if you need something to help you relax during next week's. No, I'm kidding.
Because it's really the only reason.
Don't do drugs.
I told my buddy this, and I thought it was a good point. I said, if he came out, I'd look at it this way. If he came out and told you everything why he came back, you would lose interest in it.
You would lose interest. Right there, then it would just be Chris Jericho's back.
Yeah. I mean, he's cool, but now that I know what he's back for, if he came and explained everything, now you say, well, explain little pieces here and there every week? Yeah. That would work.
Spread it out over 3 or 4 months.
Not talking is going to make you keep watching. It's going to make you keep watching.
Exactly.
Because I guarantee you, the 82,000 people that turned off in week 1 and then found out that he didn't do nothing, those 82,000 people, I'm interested to see the segment this week in the ratings.
Yep.
Because I guarantee.
Also, we was talking about the crowd. Did you notice that the crowd absolutely sucked last night?
Where were they? Texas somewhere?
Corpus Christi.
Horrible crowd.
Wasn't as bad as the Richmond, Virginia crowd, though.
No.
That crowd.
But it definitely wasn't no New York City crowd.
You could have given the Richmond, Virginia crowd $1,000 each, and they would have just been like, okay.
What the hell? It was Troy, it was one of the worst Raws I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
A long time. And that's sad because this is
Raw this year.
This is Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
We're going to the road to
We're on the road to WrestleMania. Well, we're not technically on it yet because the Rumble isn't here yet. But yeah, we're fastly approaching Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble and WrestleMania.
Well, for anybody that liked the Brodus Clay or Raw this week, there you go.
If you loved everything about Raw, and if you especially liked Brodus Clay,
please tell us.
Give me your wrestling fan card now.
Yes, email us. If you disagree and you thought Brodus Clay was the best thing since Wrangler jeans by Brett Favre, you please
comfortable. Gene.
Thank you. You
Dale Jr.
shout out
too.
Shout out to those guys. You email us. Okay?
Email us and tell us why. Because you already heard my rant as to why it was stupid and how this is nothing more than WWE rehashing an old gimmick. And if you can prove to me that is wrong, I'll do whatever you want me to do on the air whenever the next show after that.
So hit us up on Twitter.
I will. If you can shut me up about it, do it.
Yep.
I dare you.
Outside the ring, #1. Twitter.
Outside the ring, #1. Outside the ring, 316@gmail.com.
Facebook.
Outside the ring on Facebook.
That's right.
I will give you, if you email me, I will give you my personal email address to send me your rebuttal.
Yeah, I agree.
This is stupid. It needs to stop. WWE is out of ideas, and they're just winging it now. They're rehashing old crap because they can't come up with anything
Their
new.
writers are horrible. We could do so much better. There's wrestling fans that can sit in a room and for 10 minutes look at a guy like Brodus Clay, and I guarantee you come up with better gimmicks.
Exactly. What did they do to pick his gimmick? Just put a bunch of crap up on a dartboard and just throw a dart? Oh, Funk Man. Whatever. We need to get off of this. We need to wrap things up. Oh, wait.
Questions.
No, we got one more. The Hall of Fame induction.
Okay.
Which, again, pissed me off.
It leads into one of our
questions. It
questions.
It pissed me off, but it brings up a question.
It leads into one of our questions. Nice segue. Yes. It leads into one of our questions.
They announced, we touched on it earlier, they announced the Four Horsemen. Mm-hmm. They were the second name announced. The first name announced was Edge.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of made me mad. Where is Macho Man? I'm not saying, you got to put him in because he died.
I thought for a second it was Taker, which I would have been fine with.
Yeah, I would have been fine with that too. But as soon as it said, the WWE Hall of Fame, in the next screen it says gets rated, I'm like, it's freaking Edge.
I like Edge, and I think he is definitely a Hall of Famer.
Yes, but
I don't know if he's a first ballot.
No, he's not
now.
He's not a first pick Hall of Famer, not right now.
No.
Especially when you've got guys like Randy Savage. And again, I'm not saying, you got to put him in the Hall of Fame because he died last year. No, he did so much for the business.
Yeah,
he deserves it.
What about Owen Hart?
His wife won't let him come in.
That's
Martha Hart is just an outright bitch.
Yes. Well, I think the problem is they felt really bad, and I think that's why they gave it to Edge. And who knows? Maybe they called these other people and they said no, because there has been in the past where guys have declined the Hall of Fame, and Edge was there, and they're like, Edge, do you want to go in?
Yeah.
I agree. I think Macho, this was the year to do it. I think he should be the top guy.
This was the year for Macho. Next year, possibly Edge. I honestly think that The Rock needs to go in before, or The Rock.
Edge got in before The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock,
and The Undertaker.
The Rock needed to go in before Edge.
Yeah.
And The Undertaker.
Yeah.
And Kane.
Yeah. Now, I don't know what they're going to do. I'm
honestly,
happy for Edge, but
I've also questioned, are they ever going to put the Brooklyn Brawler in the Hall of Fame? Because he was the greatest jobber of all time.
The WWE Hall of Fame proudly inducts the greatest
Brooklyn
jobber
Brawler
of all time, the Brooklyn Brawler.
Steve Lombardi.
Yeah. So one of our questions
was it Lombardi or Lombardo?
I don't know. Lombardi.
It was Steve Lombard or something.
Yeah. LaBoob. One of our questions this week, since you segued into it, from Eric Green: what wrestlers or managers from the past belonged in the Hall? We just said it. Macho. Miss Elizabeth is even in it. Bobby Heenan's in it.
Bobby Heenan's in it.
Paul Bear is not.
Mean Gene's in it. Paul Bear needs to go in.
And Jim Cornette, to my knowledge, is not.
They will not put Jim. I have a feeling they will not put Cornette in
because of his mouth.
Because of his mouth.
And he's in ROH.
You remember Cornette's commentaries?
Oh, yeah. They're good. And he shoots on them.
And they're still even true today.
Yeah.
Owen Hart needs to go in, but you got to get through Martha for
Legion of Doom went in.
Legion of Doom went in
a couple years ago. Or last year.
Is Demolition in?
No, they need to go
Demolition needs to go in.
Mr. Perfect is in.
Mr. Perfect is in.
Brett's in.
Brett.
Bulldog's in.
Mr. Fuji. Yokozuna.
He's not in.
Yokozuna should
Paul
go in.
Bear is one of the best managers
Diesel
ever.
should go in. Diesel.
Yeah.
Not Kevin Nash. The character Diesel.
What about Razor?
Razor Ramon should go in.
Wow, okay.
Six-Pac should not.
I agree.
Lex Luger eventually. Like, as the narcissist, eventually.
Yeah, well, I think his NWA days weren't too bad.
Well, the Rockers went in, didn't they?
No, Marty is not in the Hall of Fame.
Marty needs to be in.
I agree. I think
Marty Jannetty definitely needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
There's quite a bit of guys, but I think the top of the list, there's two guys that are still the Undertaker's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, definitely.
But I think
as soon as Undertaker
he's telling him, I'm still wrestling.
I'm still, even though my buddy actually he didn't tally it up, but he saw it online. If you take from Undertaker's debut to present, and if you don't count all the time he's been off, he's only been active for 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
The man's had a lot of injuries. He's a big dude. And honestly, I think Big Show needs to go in the Hall.
I think he's got not yet.
But he's not. I don't think he's the head of the class.
Undertaker needs to go. Well, okay, rewind that. Undertaker, I think, has one more match in him to go 20-0.
Mm-hmm. Then
after that, he needs to retire.
So maybe next year it could be the year of the Taker.
And after that, he needs to retire.
I agree. Rock needs to go in.
Undertaker,
we said Rock,
but he is so broken and busted.
He loves the business, though, man.
Exactly.
Hogan's in, Flair's in.
Cena's going to eventually be in.
Oh God.
Miz should eventually.
I think Miz will be in.
You can disagree with me all you want on that. And
I think Miz will go.
No, I'm talking like the listeners.
Oh.
You can disagree with me all you want with that.
Yeah.
But no, he is one of the best pure talkers in the business right now.
CM Punk will go in, probably.
I'm not saying he's like, in the ring or on the mic,
right.
But he is good. Mm-hmm. He's better on the mic than he is in the ring. And eventually, if Bob Uecker can get in the Hall of Fame.
Or Pete Rose
can get in the Hall of Fame.
He can't get in the Baseball Hall of Fame, but he can get in the WWE Hall of Fame. God
Speaking
bless
of the
it.
Hall of Fame. We covered this actually a while ago. They're talking about trying to find a physical Hall of Fame,
and that would be cool.
I
think as a wrestling fan, I think people would
make
go.
A trip for that, that.
Have Hogan's bandana.
We could go to that.
Do a show live.
It would be great to actually be able to go to the grand opening for that and actually be able to do like a show there.
Have interviews with some of the fans, the listeners,
some of the wrestlers,
some of the wrestlers that would be there. That'd be a definitely road trip.
Oh,
I would think it'd be in Connecticut somewhere.
Probably. They was talking New York too. But anybody else that you can think of that you would want in the Hall of Fame?
I think we hit all of them. The ones that are on the top of my list. But the top three, in my opinion, that
New Age Outlaws.
You think?
Which we came into.
Yeah, we could possibly do
New
that.
Age Outlaws is one of the greatest tag teams in history.
$1 Million Man's in.
$1 Million Man. He went in way too late, though. He went in the class of 2010. He should have already been in there.
Dusty Rhodes is in.
Jericho. Stu Hart is in.
Jericho needs to go in.
Stu Hart went in.
The top guys on my list.
Did they put the Bulldog in?
The Bulldog is in. The top guys on my list, if I can name them really quick, and honestly, this is managers / wrestlers. No particular order. Undertaker, Macho Man, Jim Cornette, Paul Bearer, and I was going to say
Mick Foley. He's not in yet.
Yes, those are the ones you need to put in
Foley
now.
Definitely needs to go in.
Those are the guys you put in like tomorrow.
Yeah. Those are the guys that should have been in 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. So there you go. Another question.
Or
go ahead. Go ahead.
Named yours. Let me game mine.
Go ahead.
You cut me off.
You gonna go order here?
No particular order. Okay. Undertaker, Mick Foley. Okay. I think Mr. Fuji should go in because he did a decent amount.
You know what? Mr. Fuji is in. I'm sorry, Mr. Fuji is in. He went in the same class with Brett, I think.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Okay, Yokozuna should go in.
Mm-hmm.
I think Diesel should go in.
Mm-hmm.
And,
hey, yo.
Razor, yeah. New Age Outlaws.
Mm-hmm.
In the tag team division.
Owen, if you could get the rights, needs to definitely go in.
The what?
Owen Hart.
If
you had the choice, his ass should have been in yesterday.
If Martha Stewart said, I'm making... Martha Stewart? Martha Hart.
We hate you too, Martha Stewart.
No, man, she
had
a hard time, man. She's hardened.
Hard time, my Big Boss Man.
Big Boss Man needs to go in, too.
He's not in?
No. I don't think
Ray Traylor.
Ray Traylor, yep.
I don't think he is in. Well, we could be wrong.
The Acolytes.
Yeah.
Farouk and Bradshaw.
Damn.
Yeah, they need to go in. But if you were to, if Vince came to you today and said, name one guy you want in the Hall of Fame right now,
Macho Man.
In a heartbeat. Okay, there you go.
Because he has done so much for the company, and Vince never really had time to make it right with Macho Man. They gave him the package after he passed away,
nice.
Which was basically Vince saying, "Hey, I forgive you," or whatever. It's all good.
Yeah.
The next step logically is inducting him.
I always thought it was Hogan and Macho was the WWE.
The mega power.
Yeah, it was Hogan, Macho, and for a while it was Hogan and Andre. But after that, it was Hogan, Macho, and Lord help us all, the Ultimate Warrior. But for a long time, Ultimate Warrior was not a household name like Hogan and Macho, though.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He needs to go in.
Yeah.
Next question from Matt King.
This was through our email, and he's about the only one that uses our email, so get these emails coming, folks.
Just wondering who you guys think will be the first Money in the Bank cash-in to go and lose the cash-in attempt? Or is it more likely that The Undertaker's win streak, or can it be...
That's not
this is a lot of...
good.
No.
Okay, we're going to take
Let's go one by one.
Yeah, one by one.
One by one.
First Money in the Bank cash-in, you can't really tell.
Who's going to do it? I mean, that's in July or June next year.
Honestly, if they want to do it right...
Who's going to do it?
Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
Give him that brass ring. Let him reach for it and then fail. I'm not saying this because I hate him.
No, I see where you're going with that.
He's not trying to be main event. Let him have that minute. And then fail.
I'm actually agreeing with you on that.
He is a former number one contender. That 3-second match is
I could see him doing that. Or maybe even really, it would be a guy kind of.
I could see Cody doing it
and then losing.
Yeah,
maybe because they could spark a whole new gimmick for him. Like I lost and now I'm even more. Yeah, all that stuff.
Cody's gone through what 4 gimmicks in the past 2 years.
No kidding. Or is it more likely Undertaker's win? Oh, let's just talk about Undertaker's win streak since it is WrestleMania time.
I think,
can it be lost?
I think the gist of this is saying, do you think Undertaker can go undefeated? And I think he can.
I think it's going to happen.
Yeah,
I don't think. Why would you
go
end
20-0?
Look. Undertaker honestly has only had the world belt like 6 times, maybe 7. Right? This is the best thing in Undertaker's career. This is the biggest thing in his career. And if you screw up the streak. I mean, I'm not saying Undertaker would suck, but this is his legacy.
This is
his belts. Randy Orton's got more belts than him. The Rock's
got more belts,
way more than him.
Yeah,
this is an Undertaker
if you let somebody beat Undertaker, you might as well spit in the face of his entire career.
I think the Undertaker, in my opinion, he was always and probably right now is my favorite wrestler of all time.
Yep,
Hogan was up there when I was a kid, but as I grew older. Undertaker just gained my respect that much more.
Yep.
Shawn Michaels is up there as well, but Undertaker, and if you did that to him, I'd be like, it don't make no sense. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why would you spit in the face of the streak?
Exactly.
All those guys we said it before. All these guys he beats, and then like Cena beats him.
No, I would be so pissed off.
I mean, the guys that he beat: Triple H twice, Shawn Michaels twice. Mark Henry, Kane, like
Mabel,
3 times. Mabel, Diesel, Jimmy Snuka, Jake the Snake, Randy Orton. And then...
Did he beat Jericho?
No.
No, okay.
That might happen eventually.
Yeah, it might.
So, that would just be, and then...
there's a PS on here, too. He says, F. Cena. Good on you. Do the 2-hour show why he should be heel.
We mentioned this like multiple times.
This is just completely in passing. This is just like randomness. Saying that we could do a 2-hour show on why Cena should turn heel.
And, we've actually had positive
Matt
feedback.
Matt actually wants us to do that.
Wow. I don't know. 2 hours is not long enough. And he's also asking, let's see.
Wouldn't it be amazing if Jericho has nothing to do with the It Begins videos? I don't know if they would do that. However, I have noticed in the videos. Wait.
I see what he's saying. The kid in the video has brown eyes. Jericho has blue eyes.
I don't think they really took that into account.
He's saying, though, that what if the video is still somebody else and then Jericho just interrupted it and he just came out? They did not show it this past week. And I think that's what he's saying. What if they just brought somebody else back?
Yeah,
like
there you go.
All of a sudden, Undertaker's video.
Just randomly have Jericho out there,
And the
have
video
this be
goes
the
again.
first time that he started to talk.
And then the video.
He only gets about 3 words out, and on the screen, you get the static, and
Now
the kids
it's time.
the kids come on and they say, "The return has been tainted. The real return is
Blah, blah, blah.
now."
Right. Taker.
Undertaker hits. There you go.
Yeah, something like that. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
thank you for Matt and Eric. Thanks for the questions.
Yeah, we'll try to pick out
we'll try to
two
pick out
questions
some more.
every week.
At least one question a week. We'll try.
we're going to try because our mailbox does get filled.
Yes.
Filled. So please email us. Our email is, once again,
Outside the Ring 316 at gmail.com.
and our Twitter. You can ask us questions on there.
Ask us on our Facebook page.
And right here on YouTube. So
Yep.
that is all the time we got for you.
Let's
And
go
you know
out
what?
to Macho Man, I say.
I say so.
Because, like I said, he was supposed to be, I feel that he was supposed to be the one this year. He got screwed out, so
Oh yeah, we going out to you.
ooh, yeah.
So-
Step into a Slim Jim.
So hopefully we get a better Raw next week. We're on our way to the Rumble. We will have a Royal Rumble show. I'm pretty sure we'll figure out
We'll figure something
all
out.
the details.
We
on
might have
that.
our Funk Man back for that show.
He might be back for the Rumble, so we'll see. But for the one and only Troy, Stone
Ooh,
Cold,
yeah.
Austin,
I just nothing to say.
and the one and only, I'm not going to talk like Jericho.
Come on, baby.
Just playing. Jason!
Bye-bye. We got things mixed up there. We did the wrong things.
I wasn't going to talk. I seriously was about to just go, yeah, baby! And then, look, I'm on the mic. And then, yeah, baby! See what I said? See what I did there? Look at that dead air right there.
We have Chris Jericho in the.
We'll see you.
Also,
What?
real quick before we go,
Yep.
I know we mentioned it here a few weeks ago.
Yep.
But I want to reiterate, we are looking to start a second show,
Yes.
but we still have no clue what to do. So email us your
Yes.
thoughts on that.
How can we make our
anything.
video
And-
page bigger?
And just so you know, I can do some pretty decent wrestling impressions, so we
Yes.
can do kind of parody interviews.
Yes.
Let us know what you guys think we should do, and we will do our best to get that.
what do you want on
Yeah.
our show?
What would you like to see? But anyways, that's about it.
That is it. We will see you, Hogan style, next week outside the ring.
Deuces.